Hello friends, today in our industrial instrumentation lecture series we will see about the measurement of flow using ultrasonic flow meter. So let us start with introduction. The first ultrasonic flow meter was invented by a Japanese scientist in the year 1959. This flow meter uses a Doppler technology and the main intention of this meter is to deliver the analysis of blood flow. After 4 years, the earliest flow meter have appeared in industrial applications. At present, there are many manufacturing companies where designing different types of clamp-on flow meters to measure the liquid flow within a pipe. These meters use high-frequency sensors by penetrating throughout the pipe wall as well as the liquid by using a Doppler, otherwise transit time propagation method, so that the fluid velocity and flow rate of the fluid can be determined. Now let us see what is an ultrasonic flow meter. So we can say that an ultrasonic flow meter can be defined as a meter that is used to measure a liquid velocity with ultrasound to analyze the volume of liquid flow. This is a volumetric flow meter that nets a bubble or a minute particles within the liquid flow. These meters are suitable in the application of wastewater, but they will not work with drinking or distilled water. So this type of flow meter is ideal for the applications wherever chemical compatibility, low maintenance and low pressure drops are required. These meters will affect the audio properties of the liquid and also impact through viscosity, density, temperature, etc. Like mechanical flow meters, these meters do not include any moving parts. Now let us see the construction and working of ultrasonic flow meter. As we can see in this figure, there is one pipe and the liquid flow inside the pipe. There are two piezoelectric crystal, one is T and another one is R, and the distance between these two piezoelectric crystal is D. So it consists of two piezoelectric crystal in the liquid or gas separated by a distance. We can see in the figure there is a distance between T and R, or we can say two piezoelectric crystal is D. One of the crystal act as a transmitter and the other as a receiver. In the figure, the T, piezoelectric crystal T, that is work as a transmitter, and the piezoelectric crystal R, that's work as a receiver. The transmitter emits an ultrasonic pulse which is received at the receiver a time delta T later, right? So we can say that the transit time in the direction of flow is delta T1 is equal to D divided by C plus V, where D, that is the distance between transmitter and receiver, C, that is velocity of sound propagation in the medium, and V, that is linear velocity of the flow. When the signal is traveling in the opposite direction against the flow, at that time the transit time delta T2 is equal to D divided by C minus V, right? So similarly, a sinusoidal signal of frequency f hertz traveling in the flow direction has a phase shift delta phi 1 is equal to 2 pi fd divided by C plus V radian, and that traveling against the direction of flow, so we can say that delta phi 2 is equal to 2 pi fd divided by C minus V radian. So velocity can be determined by either measuring the transit time or the phase shift of sinusoidal signal. Figure shows a system which can be used external to the pipe carrying the liquid. Here T and R are respectively transmitting and receiving crystals. They are either pressed to the exterior of pipe or are immersed in the liquid so that the signal is transmitted through the liquid. The oscillator provides the sinusoidal signal of about 100 kHz to crystal T, where crystal R act as the receiver. The function of T and R are reversed periodically by a commutating switch. The difference in transit time is delta T is equal to delta T2 minus T1. So from the earlier equation, we can say that delta T is equal to 2 dV divided by C square minus V square. This is measured by a phase sensitive detector driven synchronously with the commutator. Usually the value of C is very high as compared to V. So we can say that delta T is equal to 2 dV divided by C square, because here the value of C is very high with respect to V. So in C square minus V square term, we can neglect the V square term. So we can write C square minus V square is nearly equal to about C square. So in this equation, delta T is equal to 2 dV divided by C square. Hence, delta T is linearly proportional to the flow velocity V. So we can measure the transit time of the signal, and with the help of that transit time delta T, or we can say difference of that transit time delta T, we can measure the velocity of flow. And here, as we can see in this equation, there is a delta T is directly proportional to V, or flow of velocity. Now let us see some of the advantages of ultrasonic flow meter. The flow of liquid is bidirectional. The dynamic response of this meter is good. Conservation of energy. It is appropriate for a huge quality flow measurement. It is handy to fit and maintain. Versatility is good. There is no leakage risks. There are no moving parts, pressure loss, high accuracy, etc. Now let us see some of the disadvantages of ultrasonic flow meter. It is expensive as compared with the other mechanical flow meters. Design of this meter is a little bit complex. These meters are complicated as compared with other meters. Thus, it requires a specialist for maintaining and repairing these meters. It cannot measure a cement or concrete pipes on they rusted. It does not work once the pipe contains hole or bubbles in it. Now let us see some of the application of this ultrasonic flow meter. These meters are used in wastewater and dirty liquid applications. These meters are used wherever a chemical compatibility, less maintenance and low pressure drops are required. These meters are used to measure the velocity of a liquid through ultrasound to analyze the volume flow. The application of these meters ranges from process to custody flow. This is one kind of a device for volumetric flow measurement for liquid as well as gases. These are excellent alternatives for both vortex and